had you maybe scored at the end of the first half, would we be talking about a different result?
Yeah, I think so. Like in many games before this one, getting the first goal is so important, especially in a period when we're playing well. So yeah, tough to concede that first goal. I think they had one chance before that, and the shot in the post. That was, I think, their only shot on goal as well before then. So I think it came in the 78th minute or something. So defended well, and not only low, our high defending was good as well, and yeah, we had quite a few chances, and probably should have scored on at least one of them.
Offensively, like you said, you had your chances. There was some flourish there, but just not enough of them.
No. Well, enough of them. I thought we had there were not so many finishes, but we had a lot of situations, a lot of moments that were very dangerous. When we were in 1v1 or even 2v1 situations, when we managed to get the crosses in, they were dangerous as well. And they lost the ball, on a few occasions in dangerous areas where we could have hurt them as well. So yeah, I mean, I thought we were the better team for 7 to 8 minutes, but it wasn't enough.
We'll go to Charlie, then Matt, then Justin.
Hey, Olof. Your team implemented more of a high press when San Diego had possession of the ball in their own half, but dropped to more of a mid to low block when San Diego would have possession in the final third or in your own half. Well, what went into making the decision to kind of be more aggressive when San Diego had the ball in their own half compared to when they had the ball in your half?
I think that's normal. That's the way you defend in football. Because they get closer to the goal, and the further up the pitch we are, the more possibilities of being aggressive in that high defending. So I think you see that all over the world in the differences in high defending, mid block, and low. And I thought we did that really well. We in all those three blocks, and San Diego is another team that is good on the ball, and I don't think we saw too much of that today. So credit to the guys for putting in a good effort in all those blocks in defending.
Go ahead, Matt.
Coach, I wonder if you could talk about the second half subs. Tomas Ostrak had quite the game playing as the defensive midfielder. He had the most touches in the first half, among the most in the second half when he left. But taking him out moves Conrad Wallem a little deeper. Can you talk through what you saw after that change occurred, and do you feel it exposed the midfield a little bit more?
Yeah, I think it was unfortunate that we had to change. All of the 3 changes we made were because they got tired. They asked to be taken off. So we really need to work on that fitness to be able to keep the guys for longer who are doing well. Similar to the last game in Seattle, where we also took Thomas off. He had a good game. So, but we also have to respect that he was out for a long time, and didn't have a full pre-season. So he's still building on his fitness. But yeah, a little bit unfortunate to have to make changes at that point because we look good. And we are short already. So no, I don't want to fault any of the guys who came on, but it's never good to have to make so many changes during a season. And we have some guys who have played in 5 different positions. So I think we have Kyle and Conrad and a couple of other guys, and it's not ideal, And unfortunately, because of all those injuries that came at more or less the same time.
Could you give an update on Joachim Nilsson and Edu Leuven, neither of who were on the matchday roster today?
Yeah, Edu is out for personal reasons, and Joachim has a sore knee. It's that same knee. We have to have a good look at that. Hopefully, he's not going to be out for too long.
We'll go Justin and Matt Rockhill.
Coach, you do get to bring on a player that you've been kind of waiting for to get reinforcements. Jay comes on in that 70 minute. How do you feel like he did over those final 20 minutes, even as San Diego were kind of chasing?
Yeah, I thought he did well. Giannis was another player. Giannis did well. I thought in that position worked really hard, but also got extremely tired. So we had to take him off. So Jay has been out for a long time as well, since December. And played a little bit with City too, but obviously it's another player who will just improve with time. And I thought he did well today.
Go ahead, Matt.
Olaf, you mentioned playing a lot of players in different positions. You made some positional switches today. You put Horn out at left wing back. You put Kyle over at left center back, and you put Wallem permanently in the midfield. Put Watts outside. Just what went into those switches? I know you've been steady with the other look for those 3 or 4 players. What made you change that look today?
Yeah, I think the whole season we've been looking forward a little bit to have Conrad in a more central position. I think more central is where we get more out of him. He's mostly played he can play wing back as well, both sides. But I definitely think, like we saw against Kansas away, when he was tucked in a little bit and did well there. So it has had mostly to do with injuries and having not having so many players in those fullback, wingback positions. Now we're hopefully getting Tots back. Jay is coming back now, so we have more options there. But we haven't had that many options, so that was the reason. And that's. I think Giannis has done well there in that wing-back position. We get that left foot. He put some crosses in. So he's played there earlier in the season, and he did.
You also seemed like you were able to get Teuscher a lot higher and a lot more centrally than he had been in previous weeks. How important was that to the game plan?
Yeah, it was part of the game plan. We knew they were quite vulnerable in behind, not necessarily immediately. After combinations, we knew they could be vulnerable in their back four. I thought we could have put more balls in behind them in the first half when we were in good control in possession, especially on our right side. We could have put some early ballers in behind, because they were constantly on the run, Klausi and Sedi. But I thought they looked dangerous. Unfortunately, he didn't give us the goals, but they had quite a lot of chances, or half chances.
Ashton, go ahead.
Hi, Ashton Fry with Fry Talk. I feel like we're getting better at chances attacking, but it seems like there's more hesitation for the perfect moment to shoot. Will you be working with the players to take some riskier chances, like shooting from outside the 18? Yeah,
I think that's a good point. You could see their goal. They took it from an extremely difficult angle. So yeah, I think so. In some moments where make it a little bit too complicated, maybe we can finish a little bit earlier on the first touch or the second touch. Yeah, I think it's a good point.
Right, and Celio created a lot of chances tonight in that small amount of time he was on the field. Will we expect him to see more of him coming up?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's competition for places, and I mean, it's up for grabs. It's not like we have scored loads of goals during the season. So anyone up there who shows they can really contribute to assists or goals and hard work will play.
Thank you.
Anyone else? All right, Coach. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Talk a little bit about how frustrating is this? You're not playing terribly, but you're just not getting results. How difficult is this for you guys?
Yeah, it's probably we'd rather be lucky than good. So I felt like today we had a good plan. We executed well, especially the first half. Created a lot of high pressing turnovers. We knew they're going to try to play through everything. Just couldn't find that early goal. I feel like if we get one, get the crowd behind us when we start rolling. That's football, unfortunately, and we got a quick turnaround, so we got to be ready for KC here in a couple of days.
Justin?
Kyle, I guess just to focus on kind of your moment of that match to have the goal, you're down 2-0 to get the stoppage time goal there to attempt to mount the comeback. And what was going through your mind in that moment as far as like trying to restart the game?
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of reacted. The ball just kind of fell to me 2 yards from goal, so that's ideal way to score. I think the ball just pops up to you there. Just knowing there's little time, so I think just communicating to the group. We got a couple of minutes left. Let's try and make a push and get one last chance if we can.
It seemed like going into like 72nd minute that there were chances and y'all had more of the momentum in the game, but at that point it just kind of flipped. What was the environment like out there on the field as that happened?
Yeah, it was frustrating to concede, especially when we were creating chances, creating momentum, and I think to give up the second kind of killed us. But as a team, we know that there's many games left, and so I think the unity that we saw from the group to rally as a team and pull one back is big for us.
We'll go back to Adria.
So, how does the team feel? How does the team feel?
How do we feel?
How do you feel with the scores you have or you don't? What is your feeling? What is the sense of the team?
Yeah, don't feel good. I don't know how to really elaborate on that. Like we're, paid to go out there and get results, and we haven't been doing that. So obviously you gotta find the balance between frustration because we need to be better and we need to get results and reward ourselves, reward the fans that all come out here and support us. And simultaneously, you can't get too down or too frustrated or too negative, and that bleeds into the next game. So trying to find the balance, but it's tough, to be honest.
Anyone else? Matt, go ahead.
Kyle, kind of on that same point, as much as you can, take us into the locker room. What are the players saying to each other? What is the leadership like on this team right now? Missing some of the key pieces like Roman and Edu. Is it a vocal group? Is it an admonishment type thing, or is it a somber feeling?
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty upbeat halftime coming into half. I know last time we played them, we got a result away on the road, but we felt like we were never really sniffing around their goal. So positives to take from the sense of we can build on our performance, but then, yeah, the frustration of the result was not what we wanted or hoped.
Go ahead, Lynn.
It sounded like when you talked about their response to be able to score that goal late, you take some, it sounds like encouragement in terms of just like the way you guys responded, like in terms of like going forward, you feel like that's something that gives you a sign that things are not heading in the good direction, but that it's not sort of going south? Yeah,
you look at San Diego, they beat Dallas 5-0 last week. Dallas not a bad side, and so they score, and then they just keep going, and it can compound. So the fact that we're showing that, hey, we still have, got some fight in us, some claw in us, a couple minutes down. Like we don't ever want to quit on each other, and we don't ever want to quit for our fans and for the city. And I think that is something that we need to continue to take with us for next game and for the rest of this year.
We'll wrap things up here with Charlie.
Hey, Kyle. You talk about the disappointing things, all the fans and the people that watch this team, the people surrounded it, know the results that have been happening recently. What do you think, in your opinion, is the missing piece right now? Is it just unlucky? Is there something, you're just one step away from, being a very successful squad and getting 3 points night in and night out?
Yeah, it feels like every game it's not the same thing. There's some games like, we feel like we're not creating enough chances to have high quality score a couple goals. Some games you feel like, maybe we're getting caught in transition. Some games we're giving up too much, or some games we're not as good with the ball. So each game it's kind of like its own animal. But I think consistently we had wanted to be better with the ball and be better in high pressure. When we do high press, can we turn them over? Can we turn that into high quality looks? And we did that today, which was a big positive.
Thanks, Kyle. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Justin, ready?
Yeah.
Go with you.
Conrad, I guess, what is the general mood after that result, and how hard you fought through the first 70 minutes or so?
The mood is disappointed. We are all disappointed as a group because we feel like we deserved more. We put out, we fought, and we just didn't put our chances away. We didn't punish them in the moments we have to punish them. And then against a good team like San Diego, they will punish us when they have the opportunity.
And then for you personally, to have a little more of a involved role through the midfield today, how did that feel, just kind of getting in the mix, and especially the first half where you didn't allow a shot on target?
Yeah, it felt good. Felt like a role that suits me well. So I felt good, and I think the team. It was a lot of positives to take out of the game, especially now we have a short turnaround until Wednesday. So yeah.
Ashton, go ahead.
Hi, Ashton Fry with Fry Talk. High pressing seemed to work a bit better tonight. What does the team think about that?
Yeah, it worked a lot. We knew that San Diego would try to play out from the back, no matter how hard we tried to press them, and we, as you could see, we were so close to punish them. Also, like, that's the details we have been getting against us. Now you see, if we get one of those interceptions there in their box, we probably score a goal. So I felt like we forced their play to go longer, and that suited us also well. So I think the high pressing was positive for sure.
Steve?
How frustrating is this? You're not that far off, but it's just not clicking. Is that does it eventually get to you after match of coming up just short?
Yeah, I think I think we all would be lying if it's not getting to us. We are all human beings, so of course it's hard, but we are professionals. So we have like I said, we have a really short turnaround, and then as we spoke about in the dressing room, we have to look at the positives in this game, especially now when it's a short turnaround. We have the derby against Kansas on Wednesday. Then we really have to, as we spoke about, just show everyone that loves St. Louis City Club that we will fight our hearts out to get the victory then.
We'll go Matt, then Rocky.
Conrad, can you talk about your individual performance change from the first 70 minutes or so until you dropped back a little bit in midfield? What were your instructions, and how did you see the game evolve from your perspective?
From my perspective, when we made the changes that he had to make, I got a little bit more defensive or balancing role than I had in the start. So the focus was more on the balance side then, but then we conceded also. So then it makes it a little bit harder as well because then we needed to push forward, and then we lost a lot of the balance in the end. as you see, it was a game that back and forward. So yeah, we lost a little bit of the balance, especially when Tomas went out, who did a great job. So and he was forced to go out. So I think it was, and the goal of course affected it as well. The role and the instructions and what the game needed, especially. Yeah.
Rockhill.
Just from your perspective, Conrad, that first goal, you know, you turn the ball over on the long ball to Conrad, and then you're just kind of it's you sitting back there with four guys. Just what went wrong on that issue? What may be happening with some of the positioning around you? Because I know you're sitting back in your spot, but you're completely isolated in the midfield on that play.
Yeah, that's the risk reward you get by setting in offensive-minded players, of course. So sometimes we lost a little bit, like I said, a little bit of the balance side of it, because we wanted to attack and win the game, because we probably felt like we deserved to win the game, so we tried to push forward to win the game, and then they punish us in one situation, and then yeah, from there we're chasing.
We have time for one more. Anyone has it? Matt, go ahead.
Conrad, this being your first year for St. Louis, have you had the experience of being on this type of a streak in league play? I know the team had a win in the Open Cup, but the league form, you guys haven't won in, I think, around 8 games or so now. Have you had experience in your career with this type of a streak, and what can a team do to get themselves out of it?
Not from my former team, but in Norway I played also in a little bit smaller club that's maybe a little bit same position as St. Louis, and we had these moments of or periods of time also that we struggled, and then what I have experienced from then, you always, in the end of the day, it's the dressing room that has to stick together, and with the coach, back the ideas, believe in what we do in training, believe in what we do when we get out there, because in the end, like you see today, we're very close, but still we didn't get a result. But we just have to look in the mirror and see what we can improve as individuals, as a team, as how we perform, what we should perform, and then just try to improve, and then stick together, because it will get better for sure. I know it.
We'll end on that note. Conrad, thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you, guys.